Hello and welcome back to Katie's Business Tips. Glad to be with you. In this video, we're going to talk about GST remitting for your business, okay? GST is required for businesses that earn income over $30,000. Once you're over $30,000, you must register. Now, you can also voluntarily register for GST right from the beginning or before you're at $30,000. That $30,000 is for a fiscal year, so maybe it's January to December, maybe it's July to June, whatever your year is. Once you're over $30,000, you have to register for GST number and collect GST at that point, okay? But again, you can also voluntarily register, which we normally recommend if you believe you're going to be up there anyway. Now, GST can be remitted normally annually for smaller businesses, quarterly for bigger business, and if it's really big business, then it's probably monthly. Now, I don't mind quarterly remitting in some ways, but the good news is if you go annually, you can still remit an installment amount every quarter, so you can pay the GST amount, but not have to submit 4 forms of actual GST returns because they're due 30 days after the quarter, and that doesn't give you a lot of time to finish your bookkeeping, get the GST return, and get it in. Whereas annually, you get 3 months after, just like the year end, to file the GST, and it can match the year end. There's no carry forwards. It's better annual if you can get annual, but still making quarterly installments, okay? GST is calculated based on GST you collect minus the GST you put out, which are called input tax credits. Whenever you put out, you spend $100 and you pay $5 in GST, that's a $5 input tax credit. Let's say you collected $100, paid out $5, it's $100 minus $5, you owe $95. Now, if you put out $100 and you spend $105, you get $5 back. Again, it's what you collected minus what you paid in GST. Now, there are some transactions that are exempt from GST. There's special circumstances when it comes to GST. So things like bank charges, interest, don't have GST on them. Insurance, things like that do not have GST. So you got to kind of know what you're doing and what has GST and what don't. There's also special exceptions for some industries where they're exempt and they don't have to collect GST, like the mortgage broker, for example, does not have to collect GST. The bank, you don't go into the bank and pay a service charge and pay GST. They don't collect GST. They're exempt. There's a zero-rated GST. We're not here to get into all that. But there's also a quick method GST where you just say it's not what I collect minus what I owe. It's just here's what I collect, and it's a percentage of that. So there's different methods, but only certain industries qualify for that. So there is some unique situation, but the majority, 98, 99%, is collected minus what you paid out in GST, okay? GST ITCs can be used for up to 4 years from when you paid out the GST input tax credit. So when you pay GST, even if you don't claim it right away, you can claim it later. But GST collected must be reported when it's collected in that period, okay? So that's important too as well. You can file the GST through the CRA website. You can also file right through your online banking nowadays. Most online banking platforms have GST and payroll remittance and all that on there. So you can file your GST right out through your bank or through the CRA My Business account, okay? We can also do it through our Represent a Client, which is similar to the My Business account. And to pay, you can pay through your bank, of course. We all know that by now. Or you can pay by mailing a check, which is the old school. Now with the new school, you can pay online. You go to CRA's website and they have a place to pay online. People are paying with credit card, paying their tax with credit card. Isn't that crazy? Well, go figure. They're catching up with the times. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Post in the comments below. Thanks for being a part of Katie's Business Tips. We'll see you in the next video.